More breaking news from the Douglas County Sheriff's Office. This is about the discovery of skeletonized remains found near 216th and Rainwood Road north of Elkhorn back on March 14th. The Sheriff's Office says preliminary information from forensic anthropologists is that the skull is the remains of an adult male of European descent.
Investigators are now pursuing DNA and dental analysis. Once again, if anyone has any information about the body, call the Sheriff's Office. That number is 402-444-6000.
And more